Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Once again, I'm Matt from Nav's Tech Bits, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Hack the planet. Today I want to talk a little bit about my body, your body, my choice. It's a thing trending on TikTok, and it's all out there. Everyone's getting their panties in a knot. I want everyone to look at this situation. This is a learning point. If you're watching me in the future, I want you to look up your body, my choice, which is basically comes from a TikTok saying, my body, my choice, feminists and women saying, hey, this is mine. You know, it's true. It's my body. I get to do with it what I want. You get the whole teacup idea, or a tea if someone offers you a tea and then withdraws that idea. That's a big thing right now, but it is absolutely true, absolutely certain. But one thing that is absolutely not true and one thing is absolutely not certain is there aren't people out there. There's one crazy idiot. There's one crazy idiot that made a video about it. Now millions of other people are making a video saying that all girls everywhere are being put down by this in their classrooms and stuff like this. I mean, just hyperbolic, over the top, like legitimately over the top. And this is a real learning experience for anyone wondering, how is it that Trump got in? This is a surprise to all of us, but at the same time, guys, we all have to admit one thing: it's possible for the left, it's possible for females to be incorrect, and maybe this information that's been fed to them in the higher learnings has not been good. And I say that because I date therapists, and not my therapists. My therapists are guys, and I generally date females. Not always. I swing both ways. Let's not get into that. I'm bisexual, but I date women who are progressive. Like, do I look non-progressive? I'm progressive as hell. I'm as progressive as they come. I've seen one up close. My first kiss was to a boy, and these women have totally ejected me from the left. I am the left. I'm the far left as far as male goes, but as far as the far left goes, geez, you ladies, ladies, you're a little far out there, and I want to bring one word back to you. Remember International Rape Day? It was a big thing about 3 years ago. 5 years ago, where someone on TikTok, once again, brought up the idea of International Rape Day, and then one person makes a video of it, 5,000 people. Okay, legitimately, one person made a video of it, and probably about 5,000 people made a response video to it. I made a response video to it on YouTube, and it came over, but I'm telling you, okay, guys, like, I come from the internet. I had gone to protests with masks on. Project Chanology. Like, ladies are all about the social media and what do you know, and do you know this, that, and the other thing. Ladies, I know your rhetoric. I fell in love with you. You're the kinds of people that I date. I love to debate, and I've heard all this information. And I learned. Geez, I learned. Holy crap, I didn't know the patriarchy was as bad as it was. I didn't know that the abuse was as bad as it is. There are so many roads to hell. And they're all paved, most of them are paved with good intentions. And there are many gateways to hell. Hell has many doors. You can find a gate to hell at the end of a lash or at the end of a bank return. You can find that freaking everywhere. But legitimately, guys listening, there are some hells that we will never be able to understand, that women have to deal with, that are just a bit out there. But what I'm trying to say to women is, if you've created an echo chamber where you're constantly afraid of things that don't exist, okay, so you all know psychology, and right, I'm so sick of TikTok psychology because everyone acts like they know a narcissist, and none of them know what level of psychologist can legally identify narcissism, and none of you know that the therapists that I date hate capital H, when y'all roll into their offices thinking you know what this stuff is. Seriously, you guys got to disconnect from this stuff. So media, let's talk media. What we want to do in media class, we were always taught, is that we want to get people pumped up so they'll do something. Well, we got that in TikTok, and TikTok is pinging our ideas so freaking quickly, pinging our emotions, that we can't keep up. Okay, so way back in the day, I had been so addicted to television that I could predict the end of a story. I still remember being in a church, and there was a story about farming. Oh, we all love Dad. Dad's so awesome. Dad's the best. Geez, Dad. Now, any of us who are also addicted to media, one second. Now, any of us in media knows what's going to happen next. Dad eats it. Dad dies. And of course, the story is all about how other farmers come in and help, and Christianity and all that stuff. Very positive, definitely very positive. But what I'm trying to focus on, the meaning of that story, is that I could tell, and we all can tell now. There are certain algorithms that once you're in gaming, once you're, we all play games, and the very basic ones, we know that enemy is going to do this, that, and then jump backwards, and when he jumps backwards, we'll throw a fireball. We know, it's called an algorithm. We figure it out. So a lot of us are too dumb to know that we've been fed an algorithm. Okay, so let's say TikTok. TikTok might not even know that an algorithm's going on. An algorithm that is a pot of people being afraid. Now, Americans love being afraid. Come on, Friday the 13th, Halloween. We love thrillers, we love slashers, we love all this stuff. We love being afraid. Okay, can we admit this? Like, legitimately. You get your ego, you get your super ego, you get your id. I'm the freaking wizard of id here. Everyone else is talking on these things with their ego and their super ego. Now, here's the thing. Let's talk psychology. Y'all know so much about psychology unless it has something to do, unless it doesn't have anything to do with narcissism, okay? Okay? Nietzsche, he said, stare not into the void, because the void will stare into you. And battle not with monsters, or you'll become a monster. Well, sometimes there's situations, and you're being a lot like this. A lot of you women with my body, your body, my choice. Guys, I dance with the monsters through the night. You give me hell for dancing with the monsters through the night. I go to the monsters and see what's up with them. And if I don't like them, I deal with them, okay? I go to these places that you say you know everything about. I know so many women who are like, I have been a feminist my whole life, so I know everything about the patriarchy and men. Come with me to these dark places. No, no. Have a conversation with me about what happens in these dark places. No, no. And then those same people are like, no, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Don't take me there. I don't want to know. These same people get onto a video on TikTok being like, I know everything. And here's my big old stance. And here's my flag. And I know everything. And we got to stop all these bad things happening out there in the dark. They're horrible. I've seen them. I've heard about them. I talked to people that have gone there. And meanwhile, she's saying she's talked to people that have gone there. I'm the person that's gone there. And she won't even listen to me. Okay, so women. Y'all hate men and you love women. Okay, if there's one thing y'all know is at the end of the day, and I'm asking girls to look into their own hearts. At the end of the day, it's not about men and women. It's not about left and right. It's about power and money. And money and power. Now here's the thing. Here's the reason how I can show everyone you're fucked. You don't think that any woman just wants money and power. You think that all women are great all the time and they're all working collectively for one another in a beautiful hive mind. Girls, let me talk to you about hive minds. I was part of a hive mind. The biggest, most terrifying hive mind, part of genealogy. Girls, let me tell you about hive minds and how crazy they are. And how abusive they are to females. And how, when I was within that hive mind, the most fucked up people were females. And the most fucked up actions that were happening were guys doing things for females. Girls, let's talk feminism. Let's talk women. Mean Girls, the movie, is religious canon these days. And these days, y'all act like on TikTok there ain't any mean girls. Girls on TikTok. Y'all are the mean girls now. Mean Girls, come on, like really. Mean Girls is canon. So we can admit that women can be wrong, hateful, mean, abusive. But we don't want to say any of those things. So in all the places I go, I can't talk about. So MRA. I still haven't figured out. This girl I've been kind of situationship, saying that I am men's rights activist. Is that what it means? Now here's the thing. We all deserve rights. Am I a human being? Yes. Then I get rights. I can demand political autonomy. I can demand autonomy from, all kinds of things. But we legitimately have a situation where the people who are the guardians of love, who are the guardians of power, are just saying all men, like legit, listen to a feminist, a rad fem, a neo-fem. I'm fourth-wave feminist. I want equal rights for everyone. And the women that I date don't like that because they don't want equal rights. You see? Do you see? They bring in this equity thing, but equity is X, and X equals whatever they want it to be. Now, here's the last straw. Now women. There is an issue with women that we can't talk about, and that they always want the best of the best. They always want the highest of the high, and we've forgotten all about this. We used to have stories about this, but we can't tell them anymore. Like folklore. There's legitimate folklore about women who wanted everything, that drove their men to do it, and it literally destroyed everything. Like, men screw up. Men are abusive. Men are pieces of shit. But the situation that we're walking into is women think men are the only ones that can hurt anyone. Women think that men are the only family annihilators. And out of all the family annihilators I've seen, most of them have been women. Though, percentage-wise, it's men do it more by about 10 or 15%. Like, so men do it more, yeah, but not by much. And what really messes with me about that whole family annihilator situation, now it does happen. It happens unreasonably too much. Now, since it happens too much, it is relevant. Since it is affecting children, it is more important than women. But children don't have TikTok accounts and whatnot, so we don't hear what happens to them until they get old enough to make TikToks. And then we complete the cycle of abuse. The cycle of abuse. We know about it. You guys taught me about it. The feminist cycle of abuse. Yes, but guys, I'm in these dark places, and nobody's saying your body, my choice. Nobody. Even on 4chan, those people are shut down. I remember one day I was on 4chan GIF, and I found one of these things that was unbelievably hot, but unbelievably, like, whoa, okay, that crosses the line. It was a woman she was being treated less than nice. And at first it was like, oh my god, I hope the cops are involved. This is, like, what the hell? And then the next commenter was like, dude, you know this is messed up, right? You know if you're into this, you got issues, right? They were calling them. They were checking them there in hell on 4chan. Tell me my reality, Linda. Tell me this shit that you think that you know, that you jump on TikTok and talk about. Guys, get off of TikTok and come to 4chan. Tell me the reality there. That's where reality lies. Now, here's the thing. Is it beautiful? No. No, but sometimes you gotta play that golf ball where it lies. Sometimes it goes into a crazy fucked up place. Sometimes it goes into a pile of shit, and ladies, I play that right where it is, and you better get out of my way. Because when I hit that shit, the shit's gonna hit the fan, it's gonna be all over, and it's gonna get on you, and you're like, oh, why do I have shit on me? Ladies, it's because you won't get out of the way. Ladies, nobody's talking about, like, I have a daughter. Nobody's talking in these dark places. Nobody's talking, your body, my choice. We've all just realized that you don't want us. So these issues that you're making up, you're fighting with monsters in the dark that don't exist. You're becoming monsters and pumping yourself up as monsters and lady bosses and all this stuff in response to these things in the dark that you refuse to directly go out and see and deal with and even look at or even talk to people who are actually there about what is actually there. You're just becoming these monsters. And these monsters eventually get so big that you kill each other. The story of the golem. But we're not allowed to listen to old stories, are we? Any old story is horrible and we have to make up new ones. The golem. The Jews made a golem to protect themselves. Golem is a Jewish word for idiot. And this golem destroyed the people it was supposed to protect. Feminists. The feminist golem. Holy hell. Holy hell, the feminist golem. Okay, so it was a big clay creation. And before, I forget why the rabbi made him, but it was for protection. Rabbi made this giant unit out of clay, And he put a magical scroll in the thing's mouth. Thing came to life, and he was like, Golem, go do this. And Golem did it. Go do that. And Golem did it. Didn't last. It had a really bad ending. But now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that really concerns me. I love these stories. Alexandria. I love Alexandria. I love the Library of Alexandria. And I hate anyone that burns books. But one thing I'm having a particular issue with is these feminists that seem to be going after all of the control in media, in news. They're even going after control of video games, things they don't even purchase, things they don't even get into. They are getting into so much control. They are taking over control of everything. And hey, that's okay. No, it's not. It's not okay. Leave us our video games. Leave us our beautiful, big-boobed women. Because, you know, y'all clubbing chicks, you don't got video games. Y'all go out to the club. And, like, we got the internet now. And the guys running the doors at the clubs, and the guys in the clubs, are telling us exactly who you are. And you're not going to like it when you find out who you are. I mean, you get your makeup version. You get your makeup version of you, and then you get your real you. You get your clubbing you, and then you get your real you at 6 a.m. when you have to take that walk of shame home. I can't believe you'd bet a man that would let you make a walk of shame home, and he wouldn't get you a car. Now, seriously, ladies, if you're... Wow, you've made your own golem. I just realized that. That's messing with me now. Women have made their own golem. And it's about to take them over. And women don't even know the story. Hell, women these days probably... Progressives can't even listen to Jewish stuff, because Jewish part is stuff of the patriarchy and is part of... Since it's tied to God... Allah, whatever. Oh, Allah, that's right, that's right. At the same time, these same women love Palestinians and love Muslims, even though they... I wonder if they even realize that they're all from the same God. It's called Abrahamic religions, ladies. Christianity, Jews, Muslims, these all come from the same God. Legitimately. They come from, like, Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah. These are all the same God that Father Abraham. Many sons had Father Abraham. I'm one of them, so are you, so let's all praise the Lord. I just say that. The Christians won't even take me when I say stuff like that. The feminists, patriarchy. This is a cult. This is a religion. This is awesome. And they managed to take so much power underneath us, just like Scientology and Clearwater. A lot of people aren't going to know anything about that and they're going to say I'm crazy. But if you look into it, Clearwater was absolutely taken over by Scientologists for quite a while. Hulk Hogan lived there in Clearwater. There's a lot of people. Hulk Hogan, Joe Rogan. I've heard multiple other people say that there was a time where if you weren't a Scientologist, you couldn't make it into entertainment. Scientology managed to get into freaking everything, even to the RCMP. And hey, that's why we wear the mask. That's why we wear the mask. I'm wondering how many of these feminists would be as strong as feminists if they weren't selling things on their TikTok channels. Legitimately, this girl I have a situationship with me, I was saying, you hate men. And she was trying to send me a link that said, feminists don't hate men. You can't do that. And this woman's a Buddhist, too. Like, you get the good and bad, and the bad and good, which means you will have evil people in good situations and good places. You will get... So I'm sure one time or another the Christians... No, I know damn well the Christians were good people one time. I still believe they're good people. But, like, you know, the Catholic Church, you know what I mean? Like, you get that pedophile thing, and we can say it happened. We're past that. We know that we had the problem with pedophiles in the Catholic Church. We're past it. We joke about that. We go to church and we joke about it. We're not allowed to say a damn thing about Aisha. Not allowed to say a damn thing about Aisha and the fact that the Muhammad bedded her and deflowered her before she was, I'm not sure if she was even 10 years old at the time. But hey, that's okay. We'll let that one slide. Why do we let that one slide? Because historically it was traditional. No, it wasn't. It absolutely wasn't. And this is where feminism, AI, and everything kind of meet and explode. I've had so many arguments with AI and feminists about this. It was never natural. And when I ask them, can you get me documentation to say that in, what was it, the 7th century? In that time, that girls that age were bedded. Can you find me this information? If I ask those same people on a different day, can you get me information about girls at this age at that time? Be like, oh, no, absolutely not, no. But if I mention it's for Mohammed, like, oh, okay, yes, Now here's the thing. I should have the right to give problems to every religion. And I do, but I also think that there are great things within every religion. I think there's wonderful things in the Quran. I actually have a Quran, and I paid money for it. How many people do you know have that much dedication to any single religion? I'm surfing all of them because I want to find meaning. I want to find true meaning. And when I look at for meaning, I can use Buddhism really easily to figure out good and bad and good. And then these feminists and your ideas, they are not good for your culture. They're not good for your civilization. And y'all are just a bunch of anarchists trying to bring things down. Now, guys, once again, I've been to these dark places. Nobody is saying my body, your choice, or your body, my choice. Actually, the women I'm dating, I'm trying to say, my body, your choice, do it. I'm like, get me a collar. I'm fine with that. I've come from S&M collaring. I've had a collar. I've given life collars. Tell me my reality, Linda. I've dated cutters. I've dated vampires. I've been cut. I've been smashed. I've bled. Like, come on, guys. I've been to this freaky shit. You know what I wasn't at, though? The after-hours clubs. The clubs, the place where drugs and money goes around, because there's no meaning in that. There's sensation, absolutely. There's no meaning. What have you feminists ever found in the club, other than like a fun time? Okay, you get that fun time. You want to come back to meaning? How come you never talk about the clubs in your feminism talks? Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm just having such a hard time with this. My body, your body, my choice. It's a farce. It's not out there. And the fact that it's being pushed so much on TikTok is ticking me off, because it's making these dark places that I go to look far darker than they are. And it's making the women that I love, who care about mummies and mummies' babies, go freaking nuts about things that aren't there. If there's a monster under the bed, I will follow that bastard right into hell. And I'm telling you, there's no monster in the bed. This isn't happening. It's something you're making up in many cases. And you gotta stop. Because retroactively, you're going to look so bad. And you don't realize that some of the women on these apps are selling you out financially. I'm not monetizing any of these advice. When I talk, I'm not monetizing. Everyone bitches about advertisements being on YouTube. It's because it's not YouTube. It's because the content creator monetize it. TikTok. Guess what? All you ladies out there looking for people to give you information, go for the ones that aren't trying to freaking sell you anything, because they're selling you shit and you think that because they feel you, that they know you. That's what therapists do all the time. Oh, I know you, I feel you. One thing that we're realizing about therapists is they don't like to power level through things. They like to sit with you in it and maybe try to change the way you think about it. It's just amazing. Like, I freaking date therapists. I look into this stuff, and then we get these feminists that just come with this idea of how everything freaking works, and it doesn't work for the whole family. It works for the feminists. And they throw around words like incel, and they don't realize the first incel was a female. Guys, I don't like talking about this, especially because it's not tech-related. But it is, because this shit came to our tech. We had social media platforms where we wanted to change pictures and throw around a few ideas. We had some lulls. Never did anything as bad as feminism, man. We never did anything as bad as what the feminists did. We fricked with each other, but we never destroyed families like feminists will do. Feminists will legitimately tear apart families just to sell some books. Yeah, you don't want to hear it? You don't want to believe it? Wait another 10 years. We're going to find some stories. Anyways, I love the internet. Society has crashed into my internet. Within the internet, we had a wonderful society. But now that regular society has been here, god damn, they're ugly. They should go back to their own home. And leave this for the non-normies. We like our chaos. Let's get our chaos back. Come on, let's get Twitter X out of here. None of that. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Take care of each other. Really, take care of each other. Love each other. Be like, good, high energy. Have reasonable, disagreeable conversations. Just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean you have to end them. We can be... Let's just be friends.